So for this Gaslands build, I'm going to be rebuilding this Hot Wheels Evil Twin. I kind of want to keep with the twin theme because we've got the two motors at the front. So I've got two drivers slash co-driver at the front. I also want to completely remove the roof because it does actually have an interior, and I kind of like the idea of using it in that interior. I've already broke this thing apart, so I'll show you the parts. I'm going to switch out the wheels as well. Got the idea to use some so yeah, you can kind of see this is all the parts you get. So if you are curious of what you can get in this thing, you do get some detail on the inside, hence why I want to cut the roof off. I also want to add a set of dual wheels at the front, kind of like the old school the race car or something like that. There's a couple of cars that have done it in history. I can't remember the names at the moment. But yeah, that's it in disassembled. So we'll see you in the next part. So we are in the next stage of the build. Pretty much complete and really happy with it's turned out. It just looks pretty insane. Also, I've remembered the car that was on about when I first mentioned it in the video. It was the Tyrrell P34, which is like if you just type in F1 six-wheeled car, you'll get it. It was a very unique racing car that had a similar setup with dual wheels at the front and a set of wheels at the back. The reason they did this was because the aerodynamics. They figured if they put a small set of wheels in the front, it would have less aerodynamic drag and thus go faster, but there is a real problem with cornering because they only had a set of small wheels in the front, so they kind of countered that with a dual set of wheels at the front, so they had more grip. The car kind of had mixed reviews because the only guy who ever won a race in it at first said it was a great car, but then later on said it was a terrible car. And then also when people do those historic races, a lot of people seem to think that the car seems to do better. A big problem with that car was the tyres at the front, because obviously no one really made the tyres that small at the time. They had a problem with the tyres popping off the rim, and basically by the time they tried to get it sorted, F1 was like, you know what, no, we're not having these six-wheel cars, we're only having four wheels, and they changed the rules or something. I'm not a big F1 fan, but I was watching a little documentary on that car and it kind of inspired this build. And I thought it was kind of funny to have six wheels on a car. Also made it six-wheel drive because, you know. Also, it's got all the power, because you can see it's got dual engines and dual superchargers, which is the most insane part. So yeah, I've had this car in my stash for a while, and I just thought I really want to do something crazy with it. And I always had the idea of dual supercharged engines with it like this set up, but then I was thinking the front or something else. I'll go with the twin theme and give it twin machine guns and twin set of front wheels, twin fuel tanks at the back, and twin drivers. It's even got a nitrous system just because, you know, if it hasn't got enough power, somehow add the nitrous to it and see what happens. Although I think this thing would just explode if you ever try to put your foot down and hit the nitrous at the same time. So I had to remove the original side pipes because obviously with the dual set of wheels there wasn't any space. These front wheels are from Zane Industries. I think that are the 9.5mm off-road tyres. I'll put it down here like I usually do. I think these are also Zane Industry wheels. The suicide guns are from Autokill, and I think they're from the... I can't remember which sprue it was, but I'll put the sprue down here. As for the engines and superchargers, the superchargers are from Chemsol Design, the air intakes is from Chemsol Design, and the skulls are from Cromleach. The fuel tank at the back is also from Chemsol Design. The nitrous bottle is from Autokill. The two drivers are from what do you call it, the company Mad Cars or Green Miniatures Mad Cars. They do like a lot of Gasland stuff. These are actually the Mad Max figures. It's the Mad Max figure, and then there's the female version of Mad Max. I'll go off and paint this thing now. Also, I need to mention, this thing looks awesome as a convertible, which is another thing I really wanted to do, was cut the roof off, because just look how awesome it looks now as a convertible. Definitely need to get a couple more of these die casts and cut the roofs off, just because it looks pretty sweet as a convertible. Obviously I can't get Max out there because he's kind of wedged in, but if we pull the female version of MacLeod, you can see a lot of detail which is obscured by the roof they put on this thing. So if Hot Wheels are watching, maybe you should make a convertible version of the Evil Twin, or just let me do it and I'll just cut the lot of roofs off. Get the roof, get a lot of the bits, just what do you call it. So yeah, I'll move on to painting it and we'll see you in the next bit. So here we are with the final part of this Gaslands build. I'm going to call this one Double Trouble. For the original paint job I was going to do this a two-tone job, which is going to be white on one side and black on the other. The idea being like, you know, yin and yang and the karma symbol. One side being evil and one side being good. But I decided to save that idea for another build because I kind of wanted the weapons to kind of mirror that theme. So I think that's a cool idea for another build, and I'll put that on a future build. But for this one I decided to end up going with a nice dark purple, or what we're going to call it, Cadbury purple. For those of you who are not in the UK, you won't know what Cadbury is, but it's a candy bar and it used to use a similar shade of purple. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with the way this turned out because there's just so much detail in this die cast. And it was just a few washes and a few bits of colour here, and it just really makes it pop. I mean, you look at the grill here that looks like teeth. Just look how awesome that looks with a bit of rust wash in there. Like it's already attacked a few people, sort of thing. Yeah. I'm also really happy with the amount of detail in these little figures from Green Miniatures. I'm a terrible painter of figures, but I didn't think I did that bad a job on this one. It's just a shame that a lot of the detail, because obviously these figures are based off of Max, and they've got like the leg brace and all the details there, and I did paint it, but you just don't really see it because they're obviously sat down in a car. If it was a buggy or something, or if I cut the doors off, you'd probably see a lot more of the detail. But hey-oh. Also, some of you might notice that the side pipes are completely changed. This is because when I built the car, I built it in several sections, and then when I put it back together, there was a large panel gap between the base and the body, so I had to completely rip off the side pipes and then fill in, like, well, we'll just put this panel here and then rebuild the side pipes. So there was that. But yeah, overall I think this was turned out quite great, and it's now one of my favourite builds. I didn't really think I was going to build anything top my previous favourite off the So I didn't think I was going to build something so quickly that was going to knock off my previous favourite off its pedestal, but here we are with this one. Definitely do want to get a few more of these Evil Twin die casts because the amount of detail and the amount of possibilities. I've already had several other ideas to do with these. Like one idea where I'll fill in these holes and just, you know, fill in the engine holes and just do a completely clean version as a convertible too, probably. Another one, I'd love to try and get two of these and do a Giga Horse kind of theme build with it. But yeah, hopefully in the future I can get a few more of these, and you'll probably see a few more Gasland versions of this car from me. But overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. There will be a slideshow at the end with some better and close-up images of this, and I'll see you in the next one.